Let me start k-means clustering, which is major today's topic actually. Maybe we'll start today. It's 103 and 05. K-means clustering and new algorithm. We'll decide what algorithm. Okay, it should be 5. Let us start. Recently, what we done, which is underfitting, overfitting, bias, variance. Very important, sir. To understand about internal details, you have to be very clear actually. Now, is it? Did I miss anything yesterday? Yesterday, what is the topic? Bias, variance, and trade-off. Then, sir, yesterday dataset not uploaded. Yesterday, what dataset, sir? Which one? Salary? Yeah. Piyush Sarji. Cross verify, that is machine learning second example. Go to the machine learning. Initially, you can just try to linear regression. That is assignment I already uploaded actually. Make a note on this. Okay. Yeah, you got it, I guess. Okay, cool. Okay. All right then. Now today topic is so called as a k-means clustering. What is the topic name? K-means clustering. Point number 1, this is the algorithm. First of all, it is an algorithm actually, but what algorithm we'll see. Step by step we'll see. You will get an idea. Let's move on. Important. The one of the big topic actually, more than 20 pages. Clustering. Clustering or cluster analysis is a machine learning technique. It groups the unlabeled data set. It groups unlabeled data set. Did you remember? There is a labeled data set. Next one will be unlabeled data set. It is a way of grouping the data points into the different cluster based on similarities. Based on what exactly, sir? Similarity. Best example, clustering is one of the ML technique. It works with, imagine explicitly, it works with unlabeled data set. What do you mean by unlabeled? Only inputs, no outputs actually. Exactly, unsupervised learning algorithm. What algorithm? Make a note on this one, right? Imagine you are giving only, think like these fruit names you don't know. Think like I have given, let us take a kind of some 4th standard student. He might not aware about all fruits, but he can recognize color, input he can recognize. But that person he can grade, I can say these are all different, these are all different, these are all different actually. Simple, you can think like, group by. You can think like Group by actual. So K-means clustering algorithm, let us understand the theory. K-means clustering is a unsupervised learning algorithm. Sir, here is the point. The point will be cluster. That word is important. What is a cluster? A group of data points. A group of data points actually. A group of data points. But let me tell you, if you wanted to understand, cluster, it is a word. It is available in two technologies, I guess. One is the big data. Especially I'm talking about Hadoop actually. The next one, I can talk like, machine learning. In big data, it is called as a group of computers. Chaptara? Group of computers. I mean, first of all, a computer actually, a computer. By using computer, we can store the data. Group of computers was called as a rack actually, RACK. Next one, cluster, group of racks. Cluster, group of racks. I'm repeating again. Let me tell you, when you're talking about the cluster in a big data, it is a kind of some cluster terminology. What do you mean by cluster? Hardware terminology. What terminology, sir? Hardware. Daniel, what do you mean by that? Think like a cluster means group of racks. When I say rack, group of computers. When I say computer, I hope you know what is the purpose of computer. Store the data, process the data. You can go to the Google, a kind of some, you can search for Google cluster. Google backend, it can use, you can use cluster mechanism to store the data. What mechanism? Cluster mechanism. Why I'm covering this point? If anyone is coming from big data background, don't confuse. Big data cluster is different. Machine learning data science cluster is different actually. Google cluster. See, these are all clusters actually. Let me take this image. Cluster. Yes, of course, server is a computer actually. Server is different, cluster is different. Cluster means think like a simple computer. Computer actually, like cluster management. Okay, getting right. Simple backend. Google, they are using cluster mechanism to store the data and process the data. What mechanism? Cluster mechanism actually. If you want more details, you can walk through my website. And here there is a Hadoop actually. And here I specified what is cluster type. These are all things. You can spend some time. You will get an idea. Okay, now let us specify here node. A small info. After node rack actually. A long back when I was working in Hadoop 2017, I have written these are all materials actually. Okay, cool. Then Daniel, what do you mean by cluster in machine learning? Simple man, a group of data points. Chaptara, a group of data points actually, data points. Simple in big data cluster means hardware terminology. In machine learning cluster means data points actually. I'm sure, I hope you got it. Then let's move on. I'm sorry. Let me continue. You will get an idea. K-means clustering is a unsupervised learning algorithm. This algorithm groups unlabeled data set into different clusters based on similar properties. Yeah. This algorithm groups unlabeled data set into different cluster. What do you mean by K here? Either 2 cluster, 3 cluster, 4 cluster. These are all things, types of cluster. Here K defines the number of predefined clusters that needs to be created in the process actually. Either imagine you have given some data. You have given some data. Now you can ask to the ML algorithm, hey algorithm, do one thing, create a 2 clusters or else create a 3 clusters. You can ask actually, it will create. This is very, very important. It is centroid based algorithm. Cheppandi, what algorithm? Centroid. Daniel, what do you mean by centroid? Then any image is required actual. Can you help me where K means? K means. K means ఎక్కడ ఉంది? Is it not there? Cluster 3D. Look at this image, spend some time, you will get an idea. Look at this diagram. Imagine we have a data points. Think like iris dataset. Iris dataset. Think like as of now, there is no target actually. Only features would have. Why? Because we need to talk about unlabeled dataset actually. If you have given that iris dataset to the algorithm, first of all, you should not give. Why? Because target variable would have. Think like iris dataset having no target variable actually. If you have given, it can groups the data. Simple man, in Hyderabad, think like, location number 1, location number 2, location number 3, location number 4, 4 locations. I can talk, sir. This, I am talking about the grouping actually, right? We are kind of some cluster mechanism actually. The point will be, here for every group, there is a one ladder. Think like that. That ladder is so called as a centroid. Talk with me. Centroid actually. Indirectly, the centroid is helping which data point is belongs to which group actually. Centroid. What is the topic name? Centroid actually. Remind me, this image also I need to upload actually. Now read the point, you will understand. It is a centroid based algorithm where each cluster is associated with what exactly, sir? Make a note on this. Understand little theory. You have plotted the data. Think like this. Imagine you have plotted the data. Then if you have given the data to the k-means clustering algorithm, it will create this kind of, Daniel, I observed 3 clusters. I observed how many? 3 clusters. It will tell automatically. Come again, centroid also? Yeah, good question. It can be existing data points or else it can create a new data point. I will cover that point as well. It can be from existing data or it can be from, other data points as well. How did those 3D images created actually? In Adobe, there is a one software, sir. In Adobe, there are many ways. There are many ways actually. Okay, but I didn't create this one for your kind information. All right. Let me cover one more time. You can look at my screen actually. Go back. Team. What I mean to say that is, let me just try to create one small diagram. So I have plotted the data. I have plotted the data. Think like there are 3 groups actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Practically we are seeing, sir, please. Now, I can make it, this one is group number 1, group number 2, group number 3. Think like for every cluster, there should be one centroid. I will tell you how the centroid is existing actually. I will tell you. Think like that one is a centroid. It is one more centroid actually. It is one more centroid. Indirectly, let me tell you, some new data point came suddenly. Some new data point came suddenly. This one is a new data point. It's a right time. This data point belongs to this group. This data point belongs to, this cluster or this data point belongs to this cluster will be decided by the centroid. Yeah, distance based algorithm will be decided by that's why here centroid is helping. How much distance from here to here, how much distance from here to here, it will decide actually. Can I get a response from you or not, sir? Siddiq Sarji, hope you understand. We can talk more on practical, we can talk actually. Hope you understand. Move on with the discussion. Okay. It is a centroid based algorithm, but remember one thing, I'm going to take the data, only inputs, no target variables actually. Okay. These steps we can see. Hold on. Scenario. Just now I explained one small scenario. Please understand. Assuming that we have scattered 2 variables in x and y. Think like we have scattered 2 variables x and y actually. So these are all. Make a note on this. Let's take some random k points or centroid to form a cluster actually. So it's a right time. We need to take some k points or centroid. So centroid to from the cluster actually. These points can be either the points from the data set or else any other point. This is the point, sir. Either it can be existing data point or else it can be new data point, the centroid. So here we are selecting the below 2 points. First, look at the images. Theory you can understand later. I mean, instead of reading the theory, let me explain the images very clearly. So previously, this one is the data. It's a right time. Create a clusters. Create a. Then think like there are two clusters came. Cluster number one, cluster number. Yeah. A kind of some two centroids came. Centroid number one, centroid number two. But by looking at the data, I cannot say this is the centroid. Even by looking at this data, I cannot say this is the centroid. Initially, random centroids created. What centroids? Random. Think like a just random actual. Later, the centroids is adjusted towards to the right cluster. Towards to, come on, I'm repeating again. Imagine, once these two centroids created, I'm sorry, I cannot say this one is a one group actually. Let me, can I, yeah. Maybe this is okay. Maybe I can tell this is one group actually. How can I say this is one group, sir? I cannot say this one is a centroid. Am I right or not, sir? Right? Now, otherwise, let me draw one more time. Think like this is group number one. How can I say this is next group actually? Centroid should be, it should be in a center point actually. Make a note on this one. Now, this one is a wrong. Then what we need to do? Now, we will assign each data point of this scatter plot to the closest k points to the centroid actually. Let's compute the distance between the two data points. It's a right time. It would be good to calculate the kind of some distance in between the data points actually. So we can draw median between the both centroids actually. Make a note on this one. This one is a diagram. Then these are all data belongs to this one. These are all data belongs to what exactly? Even this one. Skip the theory, please. Look at the diagram. These are all blue points belongs to this one. These are all blue points belongs to this one. Still, I cannot conclude this one is the right clusters actually. Am I right or not, sir? Now some small adjustments is supposed to be required. This centroid it can travel here. This centroid it can travel here. Again, the adjustments it is going to happen automatically. It is traveling towards to this direction. Even it is again traveling towards to this direction. Look at this one. Yeah, it is traveling here. It is even traveling here actually. Okay. Now look at the last diagram. Last diagram. Now make a note on this one. Now it's a right time. Sir, separation. Make a note on this one. Yeah. I can, okay, I can say this one is good cluster and even this one also what exactly, sir? Good cluster. How can I say, please? Because, yeah, this is, even if I can tell very strongly, sir, this looks like a centroid actually. This looks like what exactly? Centroid. Make a note on this. Now, Daniel, this one is group number one, group number two, right? The theory you can ignore, not much important. Look at the diagram actually. Very, very important, sir. Very, very important. Yeah. Daniel, how can you say only three clusters here actually? How can you say only three? I can even tell this one is one group actually. I can even tell this one is one group. Otherwise, I can tell this is group number one, group number two. Otherwise, I can say a kind of some group number three. Otherwise, group number one, group number two, group number three. It's a right time you need to be understand how to decide number of right clusters. Come on, how to decide number of, yeah, there is a one technique actually. Yeah, చెప్పండి. Yes, sir. Can I tell you, sir? Once we started practical actually, good question. Let me tell you. You have only input. We have only what exactly, sir? Inputs. Input actually. What do you mean by that? No output as of now. Why? Because we are working with unsupervised learning algorithm. If you have given only input actually, only input, then what this algorithm will do, will create a cluster. It will create a clusters automatically. Clusters automatically. Then definitely it knows how many clusters. How many clusters actually? Sorry. How many clusters? Here is the counter question. How it knows? Daniel, can you tell me how it knows actually? The answer will be There is a one technique, the technique name is so called as a elbow method. Chappan sir, elbow method technique actually, elbow method technique. Sir, we'll see in practical, right? Hold on. How to determine the correct number of clusters? Let's take a few scenarios. Daniel, this one is the data. I can say group number one, group number two. How many clusters as of now? Two. Yeah, two clusters I can say. More than next image. Very good. How can you say this one is one? I can say group number one, group number two, group number three, group number four. Even still, how can we say, Daniel? This is group number one, two, three. These are all things actual. These are all things. This is quite interesting. How to decide? Backend, it will apply one technique. The technique name is so called as a, let me tell you, elbow method technique, sir. What technique? Elbow method actually. Look at this previous diagram. I didn't skip quickly. Can you tell me what is this? What is this one? SSC. What do you mean by SSC? You know, sir, sum of squared error. One more time. For every group, there is a one centroid actually. Make a note on this. Elbow method. The elbow method is one of the most popular ways to find optimal number of clusters. We are working practically. This method use the concept of cluster sum of the squares actually. I mean, this method, backend, this method use SSC. It creates the total variations within the cluster. Make a note on this one. You know, from the centroid, it will understand the distance. What is the distance between each and every data point actually? Then it will try to calculate SSC1, SSC2, and SSC. These are all sum of the squared error. Then it finally it will tell, sir, these many clusters, it fits the data actually. Instead of theory, I will cover the example, then I will come back here actually. You will get a more clarity. It creates the total variation within what exactly meant? Cluster actually. This is important, sir. On x-axis, we are going to take number of cluster. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, keep on 10 actually. And here we are going to take the error. If you observe very closely, the diagram looks like this actually. Elbow, exactly elbow. Definitely there is a edge point. Once we plot the data, that edge point is nothing but number of the clusters. There is a edge actually, right? That edge. We are going to take the data, hold on, you will get an idea. Algorithm takes care, but if you want, you can see manually also. Good question. Do I need to calculate manually? No. Algorithm takes care. Algorithm takes care. Can I continue? We are entering into the discussion, but let me tell you quite interesting example. Quite interesting. Now, dataset is new, sir. Importing the libraries. Loading the dataset. Let's pull the dataset. Do you want to see that? Look at the data. Think like this one is a dataset. How many columns? 3. Name, age, income. I would like to tell one thing. Getting salary depend upon experience, but not age actually. But not what exactly? Age. Then I can conclude these are all features only. These are all. Are you with me or not, sir? Did you remember still target variable is a feature? Initially, I have covered all our features only. All are what exactly? Features only. I'm repeating again. Getting salary, it is not depending upon age. It depends upon experience, or it depends upon at least technology. At least what exactly, sir? Technology. Then I can conclude this you can ignore. Why? Because categorical data. And now we are going to take these two. And we are just trying to, let me tell you, we are creating the cluster. We are going to apply group by technique. What technique? In pandas we can call as a group by, but in machine learning that is so called as a cluster actually. Yeah, Daniel, let's run that. Understand this? Make a note on this. The next one would be, let us plot. Oh, sorry, special step. So don't think like this one is input and this one is output, but just create a scatter plot, you will get an idea. Get ready, sir. There is a beautiful thing we are going to see here actually. You can run this. Beautiful. Very nice, man. By looking at the diagram, can you tell me how many clusters? Very nice. How many number of clusters you can decide by using data visualization, by using elbow method technique also? By using what exactly? Elbow method technique also. Tell me. Come on. Yeah, it's okay. Still same, sir. Maybe it can be overlap data point and data point actually. You know what? So here it can be, you can plot 1 lakh data points also. It can be overlap like this. Overlap. అంటే ఒక దాని మీద ఒక డైనోసార్ ఉండొచ్చు. That is still okay. Still we can apply the same technique. Sir, simple. Tell me how many clusters here. Even if it is a large data set, it will be the same actually. No, sir. Show me the data set actually. We can draw. Okay. Yeah, let's move on. Now, data visualization, I hope you understand. Please make a note on this one. The next one will be creating the cluster. This is quite interesting. Make a note on this one. Okay. This diagram I have to highlight, sir. Hold on, hold on. I forget one point. Let us save this data set, this image. We are going to use the back. I need one confirmation. Now, can you hear me now? No sound. I'm wondering. Yeah. Sure. Then thank you. Let's move on then. Where are we? Creating the cluster. Sir, make a note on this one. Let's just try to create a clusters actually. To create a cluster, you just need to import a class. Class name is so called as a k-means. What is the class name? K-means actually class. Now here, manually we are by looking at the diagram, you already understand how many clusters actually. Understand? Make a note on this. This step is so called as a kind of some creating the clusters. Come on, make a note on this one. Km equals to k-means of keyword argument n underscore clusters equals to 3. Daniel, can I give 4? You can give 5 also. But hold on, I will tell you which value is the right value. From the visualization, we conclude that 3 as of now. Later, we will decide either it is the right value, 3 is the right value or not actual by applying elbow method technique. Okay, yeah, good. Now make a note on this one. Once you have created, I mean, here you are creating an object with the 3 clusters actually. Apply this object over the data. I mean, you are creating a cluster mechanism, 3 clusters. That mechanism you need to apply over the data. You need to apply over the, then what happen, it will walk through the data and these are all age groups. This is the salary. It will create a one cluster. So-and-so age group, so-and-so salary. It will create another cluster. Like that, the 3 clusters it will create automatically. How many clusters? 3 clusters. I'm repeating again. Km dot fit underscore predict actually. Fit underscore what exactly? Predict actually. Can I ask you one question? Sir, repeating again, this is algorithm. K means what exactly? Algorithm. Generally, once model we have created, what is the next point actually? Next point cheptara? Training. But here is a twist actually. In supervised learning, to train the model, what is required? Input and output is required. What is required? But it is unsupervised learning. There is no output actually. Then what we need to do? Make a note here. Fit underscore predict. Here you need to pass all features. Here you need to pass all what exactly? Features actually. Don't think like, this one is a target variable. Make a note on this one. Okay. Fit underscore predict. Fit underscore what exactly, sir? Predict. It will be creating the clusters. Please, important. Now let's do this. It is creating the clusters, sir. Now, algorithm takes care of the data, so and so people, a kind of some less than 20, less than in between 20 to 40, in between 40 to 30, it will take and it will take the income also and it will create the clusters actually. Can I ask a question? How many clusters you are going to get now? 3. Yeah, good. So 0, 0, 0. This is one cluster. Other, this can be another. The next one will be second cluster actually. Rerun one more time. It may change actually. Change in the sense, within the 0 to 1 only. 0, 1, 2. These are all things you will get actually. Did you understand or not, sir? Good. So hope you understand. Now let's take this one. Creating the clusters. This example I will explain 2 times. Please make a note on this. Next point. Yeah, Daniel, it's okay. We have a data frame, right? So you can just have to print the data frame here. Only team, hold on, sir. Let's hold your questions. Why? Because, we are in between actually. Understand the example, then I'm sure I can answer. Online team, again we lost power, sir. Okay. Only team you are sorry. Again, we lost power. Okay. Now, this is existing data, right? We'll do one thing, Daniel. You told you have created a cluster. Add that cluster as a one column name. Add a column. That column name is so called as a cluster. And show me what are all zero group, zero cluster, first cluster, second cluster, right? Do you wanted to see that? If you wanted to see that, what we need to do? df of left hand side, if you are able to see this kind of syntax, adding a column and provide the values. That's it. Okay. Understand this. Now look at the data. Sir, elbow at last actually. It is not so called as elbow. Elbow technique, if you want, you can say, check the index actually. Here I will cover. Elbow method, I can cover later actually. Okay. Now, sir, I have a question for you. Everybody, let me get a confirmation from everyone. Man, very simple. Step number one, we are importing the required libraries. We are loading the data set. The day one onwards, I am telling, understand the data first. Then decide algorithm later. Based on data, we came across it is having only inputs, no target variable. Then you can go for unsupervised learning algorithm. In unsupervised learning algorithm, one of the famous one is so called as a k-means clustering. K-means plus would you have, but k-means is the right one you need to be understand actually. Okay. Now, what do you mean by k-means, Daniel? It takes the input. It is not like a single column. This is quite interesting. It can be multiple columns, multiple inputs. Then algorithm will decide which one is the first group, which one is the second group, which one is the third group. It will decide actually. It decides automatically. Best example, let us just have to take this whole thing. Is it working? Okay. Let me tell you, you can divide the based on your location. Based on your location, we can divide actually, right? And here we have created an object to the k-means, and we are hard coding. Why? Because we apply data visualization. Daniel, I will give 4. You can give, sir. First of all, let us follow actually. You can give 4 also. You can give 5 also. Which one is the right value? I can talk later. Fine, then you have created a cluster mechanism, right? Apply that cluster mechanism over the data by calling so-called method as a fit underscore predict method. Fit underscore what method? Predict method actually. You're right, sir. Yeah, one data point means one row. Then we'll do one thing. You're telling like you have created a clusters, right? Do one thing. You can just have to add a column. What is the column name? Cluster. And SNA value. Y underscore predicted actually. Now you can look at this one. Okay. Okay. Can I ask you one question? How we can we apply filtering logic actually? Yes, we can apply filtering logic. Now algorithm is deciding. First of all, let me talk about the zero. Okay, 29 is 61,000. Group number 1. 28 is 60,000. Go for zeroth. 26, 45,000. 27, 48,000. Respectively, 41, 63,000. What is the last value? 31. I'm sorry, 39, 58,000. Group number 1. Group number 2. 42 is 39, 41. These are all making like, so 1,50,000, 1,55. Where are all 1 lakh actually? I'm sure. Nice. I'm sure we understand one strategy. It is considering where are all more than 1 lakh almost actually. Am I right or not? It will apply some logic. You don't worry actually. You need to understand also what logic it is applying. Okay. Let's move to the discussion. Yeah, this is important, sir. What I mean to say that is, sir, can I tell you how many clusters created? 3. Once cluster created, definitely every cluster it should have what exactly? Centroid. It is having centroid actually. Make a note on this one. I'm repeating again. You can just have to come here. Hey Daniel. 3 clusters created, Daniel. Cluster number 1, cluster number 2, cluster number 3. every cluster having the centroid behind actually. Think like centroid number 1, centroid number 2, centroid number 3. Now I just wanted to know what is the distance between, so centroid number 1 x value it is having, and this one also having y value, and it is having x value, it is also having y value, having x value, it is having what exactly y value. These are all x and y distance is called as a what is that one, sir? Cluster distance. Chapter, what is that? Cluster distance actually, right? If you want, let me show you the diagram. Hold on. Yeah. Look at this one. I can talk later actually. Look at this one. Cluster number 1. This cluster having x-axis value. Yeah, Daniel. This cluster also having y-axis value. Cluster number 2 having x-axis, having y-axis. The star symbol indicates to cluster. Cluster number 3 like this. Daniel, I wanted to print that cluster distance actually. Then can I ask one question? Any idea what is this? Special attribute. What is that? Special attribute. By using that object name, you can call a special attribute. It will give first cluster x value, first cluster y value, second cluster x value, second cluster y value. These are all, x values. These are all what exactly? Y values. Are you clear about this one? Right. Which one, sir? Yeah, exactly. But it is written array data, right? XY, first cluster, XY, second cluster, respectively like that. You can just try to come here. Can I close what all we are not using? This is required, sir. We are going, it's okay, no worries. Let us just try to keep it actual. Okay, fine then, Daniel. Now let's move on to the next step. Plotting the cluster. This is quite interesting. Previously, we know one image actually. That image will be, first of all, intentionally I have created this diagram. No color separation. What is that? No color separation. I mean to say, colors I didn't apply. Though we didn't apply, our assumption is cluster number 1, cluster number 2, cluster number 3. Now let's do one thing. Let us apply colors. 0th cluster, one color let us apply. First cluster, let us apply another color. Third one, let us apply another color actually. Then though imagine blue, all are separated actually. Green, all are separated. Red, all should be separated actually. Let's do that actually. You will get an idea. Let us plot. Get ready. Let us plot. Sir, this one is a major example, and you need to understand step by step actually. Come, let's do this. I can execute this one slowly by slowly. I can execute from scratch so that you will understand very clearly. Initially, we are importing the libraries. Yeah, good, Daniel. Loading the data set, we already know how to load. We are creating unsupervised learning algorithm object. And here we already decided how many? 3 clusters. Okay. Now, cluster mechanism we have created. It's a right time we need to apply over the data. Cluster mechanism we are applying over the data actually. Over the data. Add a column which is so called as a cluster. We know these are all. Yeah. Any idea what I'm doing here? Filtering. Very nice. Let us filter. These are all bread and butter by this time actually. Please no counter question. Now let's start the cinema. From data frame 1, there are 3 data frames I have created actually. Let us create the first cluster from the first data frame. We are creating the first cluster from the first data frame. We are accessing age and we are accessing income. These are all kada. Now don't create remaining thing. I can execute one by one so that you will get a clarity. As of now, we have created one. Okay, let us run. Did I miss anything? Image number one we have created. Good. Make a note on this one. Yeah. First cluster number one we have created. All are green data points. All are green data points. Age we have plotting and income also we have plotting. Right. Now, maybe we are getting lesson is all right. You can, did I miss anything here? Lesson, which one? Okay, okay, fine. Then as of now, let us uncomment actually. I'm sorry, let us comment that. That is simple, simple warning. Yeah, good. Cluster changed actually. I hope I already told whenever you're rerunning, every time the clusters will be changed actually. Clusters will be what exactly, sir? Change. Did you understand or not, sir? But anyway, how many we are getting as of now? Only three. Only three. Now move to the next one. Daniel, can I create the second cluster actually? Yeah, you can just have to create the scatter plot for the second cluster. TF2, income, color. Now, what is the color specification, sir? Red. Please be focused actually. Oh, very nice. I can give guarantee this is one cluster. I can give guarantee actually. Even will once we plot the third one also we can confirm either these are really near or very far actually. Are you with me or not, sir? Good. Oh, sorry. Third one. Please, you need to spend some time to understand this example actually. Beautiful example. Get ready. What a nice example actually. You can just have to come here and go to the desktop, click on here. Now let's open the image. Sir, first point number one. No color specification. Frankly speaking, it is misleading us actually. Three clusters, that is okay. But do you think these are all similar data? No. These are all somewhat we can believe. These are all. Now let us just, we thought like these are all same data points. Same, more disciplined actually. But what happened, apply colors actually, ensure that the red data points, that is okay, we can believe that is a cluster. But come to the bottom, green and black is mixed together. It should not be like that first point actually. I will tell you what might be the reason, right? And the second one will be, Daniel, I can say cluster number one, but seems to be all black should be in one place, all green should be one place. These data points came here, these data points came here actually. Analysis number one. We'll do one thing. I'm confirming this is what exactly is our cluster, right? Let us plot centroid also. Let us plot. Did you remember? Let us plot centroid also, right? To plot centroid, we are taking the cluster centers distance, so these are all X value. First column we are taking comma separator, left hand side, all rows actually, single, zero means comma, first column. Here we are providing, these are all X value, these are all Y value actually. Did I copy it? Okay, I have already saved this. Look at the diagram, sir. Look at the diagram actually. Now, quite interesting, sir. Make a note. Sorry, let us rerun one more time. Now, make a note on this one. I'm sure I can give guarantee. This one is a cluster. I'm sorry, this is the cluster and this one is a centroid actually. But look at this one. This is group number 1. If it is a group actually, centroid should be nearby this one actually. And here is another group actually. Centroid should be what exactly? Nearby one. Frankly speaking, data having mismatching issue. What issue? I will tell you what kind of issue it is having. Till now, are you clear? Let me save this example. And here, this one is a third image actually. So the moment whenever you are giving this data to K-means clustering algorithm, what exactly happened, So think like without color, we applied color, we created a clusters. I'm sorry, we created a centroids. Let me repeat one more time. Without colors. Next one, this one. Sir, let me tell you, every time new clusters it will be created actually. Previously, if it was SN with the 0, now it is SN with the 1 actually. But ensure that it should be the three clusters only. Why? Because we already hard coded actually. Okay. Tejas Sarji, every time it will change actually. Make a note on this one. Now, Daniel, can you tell me what might be the reason? What might be the reason? So we believe that this one is a cluster. So we believe that this one is a cluster actually. Don't think like, centroid 1, centroid 2, centroid 3, centroid 4. Sir, this one is a legend actually. This one is what exactly? Legend actually. I believe that this one is a cluster, but why these two are not properly, centroids actually? Why? Because, sir, come here actually. Machine learning algorithm, instead of column names actually, it knows only the data. If you have given this numerical data, what machine learning algorithm will do, Machine learning algorithm will start comparing the values. Will start comparing, right? It will start comparing 27 with 7,000. It small value, 2-digit value, almost 5-digit value. Small value, almost 5-digit value. Frankly speaking, literally wrong comparison. Then what we need to do? We need to normalize the data. We need to apply feature engineering. Keep the values in between 0 to 1. Keep the values in between 0 to 1. Then that is the right comparison. That is what comparison, sir? Did you remember standard scalar actually? Yeah, exactly. That we need to apply here actually. Kind of some standardization. I mean, of course, this is the 27 we already know. Think like, a 5th class student, we are trying to comparing with almost working employee actually. How come it is possible? This one is a wrong comparison. What comparison? Wrong comparison. Then what we need to do? Load the data, apply min-max scaling technique, keep the data in between 0 to 1, A's column, even income column, keep the data in between 0 to 1, then write comparison. Here you may get a 0.7, here you may get a 0.9. 0.7, 0.9, good comparison actually. Sir, మీకు అర్థమైందా? But once we done, then you will get an idea. If you done feature engineering, then only the next step you will understand. If you done feature engineering practice actually. Yeah. Move on. This example I should copy. Move on. All right, feature scaling we are going to apply. Scaling the data. Very good. I hope you already know about the min-max scalar. I may not explain much actually. Why? Because you already know this example. I mean, sorry, let us just have to import the required libraries. We are importing pandas and sklearn actually. Then load the data set. We are loading the data set. Then create an object. Any idea what is a min-max scalar? Class. Good. Either you can, two ways you can do. Either you can call fit method or else you can directly call fit underscore transform also. Valid technique. Both are valid actually. Here what I'm doing is, first I'm calling fit method. The next I'm calling transform method. Otherwise go to the feature engineering. I have covered directly fit underscore transform. Anything is fine. Understand this technique also. Okay. Left hand side, if you apply this kind of syntax, adding a column and replacing the existing value. Do you want to see the data frame? Come on, let me show you. Team, look at my screen. Wow, seriously amazing. When it comes to income, we just kept in between 0 to 1. You know, previously seems to be 70,000 value. Now 70,000 became small value actually. Same thing like that apply on is also, that's it. Now this is good comparison, sir. Now you can compare 0.05 to 0.21, 0.17 to 0.38. Valid comparison. Valid comparison. Now what we need to do? Again, we need to create a cluster. Try to plot the cluster. You will get the right clusters actually. మీకు అర్థమైందా లేదా సార్? Same process again we need to do actually, right? Again, feature scaling. We are doing the feature scaling. Daniel, why? Is column values or comparing income column values. Frankly speaking, so make it unique actually. Unique. Make it unique. Keep the values in between some certain range actually. Kind of some standardization. Standard the feature actually. Cool. Once we done this technique, then again same story, sir. Again same story actually. Come on, let's apply actually. Let us just have to create a matplotlib. Okay. I mean, just try to import data visualization library. Now create a scatter plot. Now look at my screen actually. Yeah, Daniel, we have created this role. Sir, instead of diagram, you have to focus on here. X-axis 0 to 1. Y-axis also 0 to. Very good. But previously, X-axis, do you think 0 to 2000 actually? No. Why? Age should not be 2000. Age values we have plotted on X-axis. It is kind of some, in between 20 to some 80. But if you observe Y values actually, 1 lakhs of values, thousands to lakhs actually. Now this would be really good. Yeah, group number 1, group number 2, group number 3. Why? Because 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. మీకు అర్థమైందా లేదా సార్? This is after applied min-max scaling. Come on, let me show you. Yeah, I have a proof actually. If you want, you can go back. Look at this previous image actually. On x-axis, if you closely observe, the age will be 27 value, in between 45. But here, what is the value, sir? Talk with me. 40,000, 60,000. Oh my God, seriously. How can I compare, sir? This value, how can I compare this value actually? Hope you are getting, right? Now, this one would be, I can say, 4. Let us just have to take this one is a fourth image. I confirm that once you do practice, then only you can understand, sir, this one. After feature engineering, plotting actually. We are plotting. Sir, it's a right time. It's a right time. Create a clusters again, same story. Create a clusters, come on. Try to predict how many clusters would you have. Any idea what we need to do? Create an object for k-means clustering. Same story. After we done that, same story we need to apply actually. Then here, you just need to call again fit underscore transform. I'm sorry, fit underscore predict. Then pass as an income. If you want, you can just have to add a column actually. You can just have to check this cluster. Anyway, I hope you already know. I'm not passing that. Yeah, we are adding a column. Column name is so called as a cluster. You guide me what is the next step. What is the next step? Any idea? Come again. Scatter. To create a scatter, first of all, we need to filter the data. What we need to do? Am I right or no, sir? Come on. Yeah. Okay. I understand your point, sir. How the grouping help in prediction actually? Valid point. Let me tell you. Let me take one general example. Think like we are grouping the data. This is group number 1. Would have some different group. Village number 1, think like this. In Hyderabad, think like, area number 1. These are all one area. These are all one area. And this one will be another area. First of all, group the data. Then this one will be another area actually. Another area. Okay. Suddenly some new family is coming. They are planning to stay in this what exactly in this community actually. Then definitely this person, if you wanted to tell this person address actually, he's supposed to use what exactly, sir? He's supposed to use pin code number. Think like that, some pin code number actually. Are you with me or not, sir? First of all, apply the group. Then later, if any new data point came actually, this data point belongs to which group you can recognize. That's what, think like, in a classroom, male category, female category. Suddenly one new person came actually. Yes, they can choose which group actually. Did you understand or not, sir? But excellent question. Okay, okay, okay. Where are we? We done this role. Cluster distance, sir. You can find out actually. Nice, very nice. Plotting the cluster. It's a right time. We can plot these are all things actually. Can I continue? Is it okay for you? Yeah. I will continue. We are filtering the data, 0th group, first group and second group. Very nice. Then move to the next one. Create a scatter plot. Then you can just have to create plot show actually. First cluster we are creating. I mean, first cluster we are creating scatter plot actually. Okay, maybe these are all Daniel. First one actually 0 to 1, 0 to 1. That is okay. Move to the next one. Create the second cluster. I mean, just try to create a scatter plot with the second cluster actually. Nice. Somewhat we are almost very near. Create next cluster also. Plot the next cluster also. Sir, excellent actually. Did you understand previous diagram and this diagram? What is the difference, sir? Previously, did you notice here and here these two groups combined each other actually, which is not a good practice. Why that happened? Because of the data. Because of the with algorithm there is no issue. Data having issue. You have to fix the issue with the data. Right? Let me save this image. This image should be 5. I hope. You tell me what is the next step. Yeah. Come on, let's do that. Plot the centroids too. Only through practice. Daniel. Only through practice. Very nice, man. Very nice. Yeah, I can say right cluster, right cluster. I'm sorry, cluster, right centroid, right centroid, right centroid actual. And sir, you asked previously question, right? Centroid is the new data point here, not existing data point, right? If you want, we can prove that one also. And 6 actually. Go to the desktop and images. You can just have to plot this one. Sir, now I would like to show all images for your better understanding. There are total 6 images. 1, 2, 3. Without feature scaling. This image will be without feature scaling. Observe X value and Y value also without feature scaling. But it is blaming us. Cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3. That's okay. Second one. When you previously, when you are masking with the colors actually, it is giving very clarity. Oh my God. So seems to be these two clusters are talking each other. Green data points came here. They wanted to talk with black data points actually. Right. That to make a note on this one. Sir, we have created a centroids also. This one I can say centroid. But think like this one group, this one supposed to be here, this one is supposed to be here. Think like madam number 1, madam number 2 came near each other to talk each other actual. Are you with me or not, sir? This is before scaling. Now move to the next one. Wow, this is very good actually. What we done actually? Scaling. Move to the next one. Excellent actually. Move to the next one. Perfect. I'm sure you got a clarity, right? Understand the images here. If you understand the image, you will get a lot of clarity actually. Sir, elbow technique I can cover during weekend. I cannot prefer long session actually. This I will continue in the next session. It won't take much time, but I will continue. Can I upload images also? Sorry. Let me upload data set to. This image having some issue or what? It is not being getting uploading. Thank God it's up. Yeah. Yeah, you please start, let you go. And let us upload data set to. Elbow technique. Elbow technique. That's the last topic. Maybe next session we will cover this. Yeah. Yeah.